Today at Audio City USA on our Crash Course series, we are covering staggered wheels. Staggered versus non-staggered. So if you've ever wanted to know what that is and what that means, stay tuned and let's go. Now, before we get started, be sure to like and subscribe to Audio City USA's YouTube channel because we're bringing out videos like this every single week and you don't want to miss it. Today, specifically, we're going to cover staggered versus non-staggered wheels. Now, for anyone who doesn't know, what is a staggered wheel?
Staggered is very simple. So you got a, let's say 20 by 8.5, right? The front and the rear is a 20 by 10.
And to clarify, 20 being the wheel size in inches and 8.5 being the wheel depth in inches.
Yeah, so 8.5 is the width, 10 in the back is the rear. That's a staggered fitment. Non-staggered is 19 by 8.5 or 20 by 8.5 in the front and the back. So same size all the way around.
Yeah, so that is staggered in a nutshell. It's a very simple concept once you understand it, but for a lot of people, they might think, I certainly did when I got started, it might mean 19 inches on the front and 20 on the back. That's simply not the case. Your wheel inches in terms of size of the diameter will always be the same, but most cars, in fact, especially factory cars, they're going to come non-staggered, including the Ford Mustang. That's going to have, unless you've got a really premium trim level, they're going to have non-staggered fitment.
Yeah, and honestly, the Mustang fitment is garbage. It's weak. And every customer that comes in, I'm like, bro, you got to go staggered, man. It looks like it missed leg day.
Yes.
That's what it looks like to me when from the factory, right? I look at it, I'm like, I look at them in the streets. The back wheel is tucked in.
It's too skinny.
It's tucked in, right? So it's a simple fix. We get them a 19 by 10 in the front, 35 offset, 19 by 10.5 or 19 by 11 in the rear with the 50 offset. That's a flush fitment. It looks aggressive. You get a nice chunky tire and get that car looking mean. Like how it should look.
Absolutely. Not to mention there are performance advantages and disadvantages with a staggered setup. Now, one of the advantages you're going to get right away is traction. You're going to get a lot more traction, especially in the rear wheels if it's a rear-wheel drive car, by having a staggered setup because there's literally more contact patch with the road.
100%. The wider the tire,
the more traction you're going to get. Traction. One of the disadvantages of a staggered setup is if you're driving an econobox like a Honda Fit, you're probably going to see a reduction in fuel economy. It's true.
Yeah.
You're going to get less miles per gallon because you've got more rolling resistance.
That goes for Tesla too then.
Yeah.
Every Tesla we do, the Model S, the Model 3, the Model X, the Model Y, I would say 90% of them, all staggered. All of them. But you know, it's just a give and take. You gotta, if you want to have that certain look, you want a 20s like on a Model 3 and staggered fitment, you're gonna lose some range, but you're gonna gain so much other things too.
Yeah. So that's really the takeaway in this one with staggered versus non-staggered. It's the trade-offs. It's the pros and cons. If fuel efficiency matters to you, probably don't go staggered. I'm
gonna break it down for you really easy on one of them. A lot of guys with Mopars, Chargers, Challengers, right? These guys, most of them are gonna be staggered, right? And there's some people that have like the Hemi that drive every day and don't really care about that. I recommend you to do non-staggered. Go 20 by 8.5 or 20 by 10. You can do 20 by 10, 275, 40, 20, and it'll still look aggressive. And you don't have to do staggered. It can be 20 by 10 front and back. Each car varies and also varies on what you're trying to do. You want to save your tires and rotate them. Because if you drive every day, you want to be able to rotate them.
Well, that's the thing. And that's one of the other things to consider. A staggered setup can't be rotated. You can't put the backs on the fronts and vice versa. Where a non-staggered setup, you can go in and swap them around for your tire wear. And that's especially important for front-wheel drive cars. Front-wheel drive cars wear out those fronts a lot quicker because you're doing steering and drive. The power is all going to those front wheels. So those will wear out a lot quicker. So if you are commuting in a front wheel drive car, consider a non-staggered setup.
Yeah, like we just did a 2023 Honda Accord lowered on 20 by 10.5 front and back. So you can do an aggressive fitment on certain cars and still be able to rotate it.
Absolutely. So the three key takeaways of staggered versus non-staggered are, number one, think of the performance advantages versus the trade-off with fuel economy. That's number one.
Number two is to me, would be if you drive a lot, you want to be able to rotate.
The ability to rotate your tires, especially in the case of a front-wheel drive vehicle. And number three, consider the aesthetics. How your vehicle is going to look. Does that matter to you or not? Those are the main takeaways that come with staggered versus non-staggered.
Bro, it should matter, 100%. All Audis, 10.5, 11's always aggressive fitment. I love it because you can do it, and we've done a bunch of them. Even the new Accords, you can do 10.5 aggressive, staggered, not even non-staggered, and still look really good.
Absolutely. If you guys have more questions about this topic, feel free to leave a comment down below, or alternatively, visit AudioCityUSA.com or give us a call on the number in the description, and our experts can help you. We have over 30 years of experience in this topic. We'll help you get the right setup for your vehicle.
That's right.
We will. My name's Andy.
My name's Anthony.
We hope you enjoyed today's video, and we'll see you guys in the next one.